You know how in Eastover and Myers Park they want a koi pond, a fish pond in the backyard? If your buyer wants that fish pond, you better write that in, 5 living koi in pond and pond to remain. Write the number 5. Koi is spelled K-O-I, and you write in the word living. You write in the word living. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. Poor Lynn was a dual agent on a $2 million home in Eastover. She was dual. Of all times, she was dual. And she did the walkthrough with the buyer. And guess what the buyer and the wife said? Let's go look at the fish. So they did. And the wife and the husband were looking at the fish pond. And the husband said, Lynn, there's a dead koi here. 4 living, 1's dead. And Lynn said, let me see. You're right, it's dead. And the buyer said, tell this seller I want 5 living koi tomorrow. So Lynn, being a dual agent, she can't take sides. As a dual agent, you're treating both buyer and seller equal, fair, and partial. You can't be an advocate for either one of them. So Lynn went back into the kitchen and said to the seller, Mr. Seller, there's a dead koi out there, and the buyer wants a living koi, 5 living koi. You know what that seller in Eastover said? I'm sorry. What's he want now? Listen, Lynn, let me get this off my chest. This dude has nickel and dimed me and penny pinched me on every repair of this item. This house is 38 years old and it ain't brand new. What's he want, Lynn? He wants a koi. And the seller said, well, Lynn, get the contract out, Lynn. Get the contract out. What's the contract say, Lynn? She took it out. It said 5 koi. The Eastover seller says, it doesn't say living. It says 5 koi. Tell him he's got his koi, 1 dead and 4 living. So Lynn went back in the backyard, you know, it's a dual agent, you know, and said, I just want to let you know, the seller said the contract says 5 koi, didn't say living. And then the buyer said, who wrote that? Lynn said, I did. And guess what the buyer said? You made a mistake, so buy me a koi. So she called me from her cell phone in her SUV. Help me, Bill, what do? I said, buy a koi. Buy a koi. And I said, get your tape measure out of the trunk of your car and measure the koi, because the size and the length and the width can be what? Expensive. It was a $950 koi. $950. She can't eat fish at Bonefish Grill no more. Y'all, she just cannot eat no fish at Bonefish Grill after paying $950 for a koi.